So I've been talking the last couple of weeks about strength in tough times, and this is the last one of these brief devotions. Strength in tough times. Over the past 20 months, many of us have felt more than at any other time in our lives that life is just too tough. That's why I'm sharing some simple biblical principles for how to handle emotional exhaustion in your life and experience. The first one we said was honestly tell God what you're feeling. And then humbly ask God for strength. And then gratefully thank God for all that's good despite the bad. And now today, the fourth one. Constantly keep your focus on God. Constantly keep your focus on God. It's easy to get distracted by less important matters, such as the news and the gossip. Being a Christian doesn't isolate us from those temptations. But in order to conserve the strength we'll need to make it through these exhausting periods of our lives, we must focus on what matters most, and that is God. Jesus did this while he was on the cross. The book of Hebrews tells us that Jesus modeled for us how to endure suffering by focusing on God and his future with him. We're encouraged in Hebrews chapter 12, 1 and 2. Run with endurance the race that God has set before us. We do this by keeping our eyes on Jesus, the champion who initiates and perfects our faith. What are you thinking about most often during these tough times? Do you have your mind on what the experts or so-called experts are saying, or on what God is saying? Whatever you think about the most is your focus. Jesus endured the cross by focusing on the future glory beyond the cross. In the same way, we can't survive the difficulties of life without an eternal perspective. And so I end with this passage of scripture, 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verses 16 to 18. That is why we never give up. Though our bodies are dying, our spirits are being renewed every day. For our present troubles are small and won't last very long. Yet they produce for us a glory that vastly outweighs them and will last forever. So we don't look at the troubles we can see now. Rather, we fix our gaze on things that cannot be seen. For the things we see now will soon be gone, but the things we cannot see will last forever. So, dear friends, there may be times when you may feel like giving up, but you're not alone. Remember, tell God how you feel. Ask him for strength. Be grateful and focus on Jesus. I want to remind you today, God has not forgotten you. God has not forgotten you. May God bless us and keep us as we follow after him.